Hi there, you are going to join Jocelyn and me as we go to Adamstown Antique Mall. We hadn't been there in a while, and it was nice remembering what booths we enjoyed looking at before and what new items could be found. If you can hear Lucy, she says to say hi. They also had a little area of figurines, and I always look through the figurines to see if there's anything that catches my interest. They had both the boy and the girl. I guess you would call these figurines or busts. They were $23 a piece. And I had just been to an auction where there were a whole bunch of these little gnome, leg hugger, elf on the shelves. So I was just seeing how much they had theirs for. This was a newer tin. I believe, if I remember correctly, it was from the early 80s, but I like the graphics on the tin. I thought it was kind of clever and cute. And then I recognized this is a orange reamer or juice reamer, and it usually comes with a cup underneath it. And I remember it because Jocelyn just had one that I listed for her. And this was an interesting box because it was so colorful. It seems like every side of it was colorful. And then you slid it out to reveal the inside, which was decorated as well. In another booth, they had a whole collection of Lily Shore pottery, and then they had a little information piece on it. It's very pretty, very delicate, not heavy. Sometimes studio art pottery tends to be kind of heavy and clunky, but this was very delicate and had very nice, pretty floral designs to it. And then they also had this big bowl on the top there. In this booth, they had a whole bunch of Taylor Smith tailored in the dwarf pine pattern. There was no marking on the bottom, which was a little disappointing because I wanted to look at the logo and kind of file it away in the old noggin just so I remember, oh yeah, look, that's Taylor Smith Taylor next time I see it. Luckily, they had it identified for us, and that cute little girl was guarding everything, but I really like the color and the shape of that set. They had a whole bunch of Mary statues, and I had just picked up all those Mary statues the other day, so I was kind of doing some, not research, well, I guess it was research. I wanted to see, well, how much are they selling theirs for? There was this really cool looking Halloween piece and this happy looking owl in another booth. That was $22. This is one of my favorite booths at this mall, and this person also has another booth in the back of the store as well. This is a kind of a smaller booth, so you have to look around and peer around things just to see all that is on display. This was a neat piece. I thought these were wooden. They're actually ceramic. They were made in Japan. It reminded me of Henri or the carvings from Italy. They look like they would guard your books very well. And the price, I believe, is on the man, and they were $30. I really like the color of this cookie jar or biscuit jar, the jadeite green. It's one of my favorite colors. And here is in another booth, they have a lot of clothing. This is towards the front of the store. They have clothing, and they also have little figurines as well.
I've actually only ever seen one other like this.
That's gorgeous.
And it was damaged.
Oh, we have to open that up. I love chenille blankets. The designs on them are so pretty, and I had never seen one this bright and colorful before. It was a shame that it had just that tiny little rip in the corner. Still, you know, if you wanted to buy it for your own personal use, it was beautiful. These were some egg cups and just some figurines I'm showing you. The Shawnee kitty cats there. And then I found some instant relatives. It's always interesting seeing the different photos. This one was a cute little baby propped up on pillows. And then this little guy was reading a book. I thought this was a pretty basket. The outside was smooth, but the inside kind of had a ripple texture to it. And then the color reminded me of fall. I liked how this booth displayed all of their hats, and I thought you might want to see all of the different types of hats they had. I'd never seen this done before. What they had done is they had taken old flour sacks and sewn them onto aprons, kind of a repurpose and getting a second use out of the flour sacks and adding a little lace there. I thought that was a very, very clever idea. And they were $48. This is another favorite booth of both Jocelyn and myself, and the lady who owned this booth was restocking while we were there. So it was nice talking to her and seeing what new things she was adding to her showcases. That was a beautiful lamp. I thought that would look really pretty with that purple kind of fire lit up when you plugged in the lamp. And she has a showcase with some unusual pieces. This was a Czechoslovakian goat pitcher. I'm looking underneath to see if I can figure out where it was made, and it was made in Czechoslovakia, like I said. Then she had all of these little bottles and jars lined up, and I thought they made quite an unusual group. That right there is a Buster Brown jar, and then we have, looks kind of like he's up to no good. Then we have a lady, and then of course we have a donkey. And then finishing out this grouping is this pink-faced lady. I thought this was a clever way of keeping this mask intact, and you could hang it on your wall. It was probably found, I'm guessing, in the Wheaties box. And always remember this. And then this was a little booklet from Watt and Shand, and Watt and Shand was a local to Lancaster store. And then this was a Fred Astaire trophy for $89. My husband and I took dancing lessons before our wedding at the Arthur Murray Studios. That kind of reminded me of that time. And then this was an egg beater for $158. Probably not really technically. Well, it's an egg beater inside a glass jar. I thought you might like to see this vintage shirt with those long pointed collars. And look at all the patterns. Look at that. Love it. And this was a mourning wreath made out of human hair. I'm going to zoom in here on the sign. It was $275, but you get a 10% discount. I can't imagine how long it took to make that and how much hair you would need. Then we found this for $58. We both tried to convince the other to buy it for their daughter. And then there was this vase.
Dagny just announced that she found all the cats.
They're right here.
We found all the cats.
Got silver cats and black cats. Oh, that's cute. Is that Viking?
I don't see any calico cats.
Cats that look at you.
I see Siamese cats with really bejeweled eyes. I like them.
This is, oh, and this little owlie. He's like, can me and my cow and my bear friend?
This cat.
Oh, of course you do. Jocelyn had one of these before. Hers held a mirror or a brush, and it sat on your dresser. And this was a hairspray bottle cover. I thought that was neat that we found another piece, and this they were asking $30 for this. This was a set of matching planters by Delee. That was Kitty and Kenny, and it was neat that they both had their original stickers on the front as well as the manufacturer sticker on the back. They were $18 a piece.
Dagny pointed them out but quickly abandoned them.
I was like, go with Jocelyn. I don't want them.
She doesn't want them.
No, give me that you can carry. No, I'm not. That's neat. $1,275. Well, I decided against the chocolate dispenser and decided to look at the Pyrex instead. This was very nicely displayed because they had the names of the patterns on the pieces. So in case you were learning or remembering or trying to figure out what do I have, what do I need, they had the names of the patterns right on there for you. So I just picked up a red refrigerator dish. They were selling theirs for $18 a piece. There was a friendship there at the bottom. I found some friendship at an auction one time. It was pretty amazing because they came with their lids. This was some forest fancies in the mushroom and some autumn harvest. Very nicely displayed. And of course the blue and white there, the most sought after right now, it seems like, is the butter print, Amish butter print pattern. I do have some Pyrex that was my mother-in-law's that I do use, and then some Pyrex that I have found at the Goodwill. They had showcases up on the 3rd floor, and so I am looking at some Christmas ornaments and the German snow babies. I had just sold my snow baby that I had found in that huge bag of Christmas ornaments, so I was seeing which ones they had, if they had the one I had. They didn't, but it was still fun seeing all of the old vintage Christmas items. And then these were some Japanese Santas, a whole collection of those. And it is almost Halloween, so it's always fun to see Halloween decorations and party favors. They had some noisemakers and some masks. The witch in the back there with the mice. It's pretty cute. I feel like I should be playing "Here Comes Halloween, Here Comes Halloween" while you look at this. So I'll just be quiet while you look at the Halloween decorations. The owl and the moon, I like that one. I like the bright orangeness of everything. It seems that vintage decorations were mostly just orange and black with some yellow. Of course, the paper mache pumpkins. That would be so exciting to find one of those at Goodwill. That would be amazing. So as you look at the last footage that I took at this antique mall in Strasburg, I hope you enjoyed shopping along with me, kind of window shopping, since I didn't walk away with anything. And I know some of you enjoy the Goodwill videos more than the antique mall videos, but I do like to change things up a little bit. I always feel that going to the antique mall is more of an education on research of what things are, because most things are labeled for you, usually correctly. So in the meantime, thank you for coming along with me and shopping with Jocelyn and myself. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see ya.